one guy we got to talk about here is Kyler, because in his situation, as we've discussed with Malik Willis' situation here prior, Kyler wasn't a second round guy. He was a first round guy. Yep. And he didn't have it. And there was different sets of expectations kind of heaped upon him versus what it was for Malik. So this could be looked at. The Kyler story is always kind of mixed, man, because you have that stellar year that he has coming out, rewards the Cardinals for moving off of, I think it was Josh Rosen at the time.
Josh Rosen at the draft, by the way. The most awkward draft ever.
Yo, that Josh Rosen, and he was like, I'm going to make everybody pay for not picking me up. I'm paraphrasing, but I remember him saying something like that.
Something, yeah.
Really work out.
Didn't work out.
That they're still waiting for that payment from Josh Rosen. But they moved off of him, and the Cardinals were kind of rewarded for that, man, with the Kyler Murray situation. He was playing gangbusters there for a little bit. But it seems like, I don't know, man. I got to go back to the Call of Duty. Whenever that Call of Duty clause is put in there, it just seems like it was all downhill from there. I get all kinds of jokes because he's as we talked about in other shows, he's not really a great late season quarterback. And my friends are always joking about the fact that Call of Duty comes out late season, and they were like, we're just going to wait until Call of Duty comes out and he's got to fall off or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
But signing here with the Vikings, does this spell the end for the JJ McCarthy situation though? Right? Like what does that mean?
Oh, I think
man, you got two guys who were like injury prone, freaking infirmary reward over here. Like that, there's that too. They're not doing a ton better than us down here in A. We're a concussion away for sure. But they it feels like with these two guys, whether Murray or McCarthy, they're definitely injury prone, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's again not a secret. I think the Vikings, that's why they let go of their GM. They kind of put the blame on him, right?
Darnold. I mean, every touchdown Darnold had put another nail in that coffin. Every single time Darnold threw another touchdown and McCarthy did not, there was another nail going into that coffin. Oh, that had to hurt. That had to hurt.
So you had that. And you and I spoke to him about the draft. I mean, we had said about him. It's like, I was scared was like the way Michigan went away from him that last year when the national, again, they had two great running backs. I get it. Had a great defense, but they did not, I feel like they didn't trust him to throw the ball. Gets injured his first year. And he just never looks comfortable. And I know, and it's, again, you can't blame Kevin.
Looks comfortable. Goodness.
Never looks comfortable, and because you can't blame Kevin, who's been kind of the QB whisperer, and now you factor in Kyler,
right?
Right. Kyler is Mr. September, October. You look at his stats. You look at and it's not even. I'm not even being mean. If you look at the stats, if you just look at the numbers.
Well, when we talked about this last show, we discovered that he's not even playing a lot of times in December. He's getting injured.
December, January, right? Like he has like the numbers uptick a little bit in January because he's come back. He's trying to make up for the time he's lost. But September, October are like his best stats, like the QBR, the touchdowns versus interceptions, yards per, yard average. Everything is it's night and day versus November, December. So that's going to be your goal. To keep him off that injury. Now, here's the thing: he doesn't have to run. He shouldn't have to be running around when you have one of the best wide receivers, and a pretty good number too. So, a really good defense. But the scary part is when he kept getting the healthy scratches, and with the Cardinals, they looked. Like the offense looked better with Jacoby Brissett, which is never a good thing. You never want to, like you always say, you never want to go on vacation. The guy that takes your place,
too, man.
Right? You never want the guy that takes your place while you're on vacation outdoes your position. So I don't know. It's a low risk, high reward signing. It's not like it's very similar to what Tua's going to be signing for. So it's not a bad deal.
Yeah, I didn't see the numbers on the deal. Did you? Are there numbers on it? Do we see? Are they just kind of
Not
taking
yet,
over the
but
same kind of contract,
it's
or
gonna
they're
be
just gonna?
yeah,
Or is Arizona's gonna eat it? How
right.
what's the? So we don't know the dead money number.
No, it's gonna be, but it's not as high as Tua, but it's gonna be similar to that.
Goodness gracious, man, that's that yikes, right? Like that's so. I mean, I guess what's next down for the Cardinals? Like, what are they gonna do? Because how is it like bittersweet? You know, you moving off a guy that kind of represented your team. Are you settling into the Jacoby Brissett? Like, that's you're not doing that, right?
Oh no, I think it's the same thing we're doing. I think they're doing the thing. They're being way more obvious about it, right? They have Jacoby, and then they signed Gardner Minshew. They're pushing the chips in for next year. That's exactly what you're doing. There's no way you're not. Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. He has a $47.5 million dead cap, so
Much more affordable.
right. So it's not
Okay.
again.
Interesting, but still a decent amount of money though, right? Because I wonder, is that for like a year or is it spread over two? I wonder to see how that sounds like maybe closer to a year.
It's probably more a year, and then he'll probably get. So he'll get probably a little higher salary than what Tua got, but it's not going to be probably much more than that.
It'll be interesting to see if he's able to play his way into. You know, these guys are hard to trust, man. That's why I like the 2-year deals more. You got to show it to me twice, bro. I can't take it just one season from you. Like I gotta see it a couple times before I start laying that money out there. It's interesting. It's interesting. And JJ Addison, I like it. I like it in it because there's guys there to throw the guys the ball. You got great receivers. There should be a guy there who can at least try to get the ball to you. But he's going to stay upright himself. And there's just a lot of question marks here. I think it feels such similar. Like the Vikings feel so similar to Atlanta when I'm talking about the situation. Like both of us went into last year resting our season's hopes, resting our franchise's hopes on young QBs, hoping that they would be able to get us through. Didn't work out for either one of us. I said that here we are again. Both of us now going back with guys who've been around for a while, had injury issues, left their previous teams, very similar in that sense. We got good skill players on our teams. Both teams got good skill players.
So
similar
good
in that sense. Yeah, where our defense just now getting there. Minnesota's been there for a while.
Right.
And they've been playing pretty lights out. So it's just so heavily dependent on what these guys do next year, like where the Tua is going to do it in the A and what Kyler is going to do in Minnesota. It's just hard for me to see because they're going to have less time to figure this out in Minnesota. If Kyler plays great next year, are you walking down that road, man? Like, are you really going to walk down the road of signing this guy to another 2 to 3 year contract? Could be interesting to see if Kyler's kind of able to play his way into that.